explanation for challenge number 12. And now remember that we have to use PEMDAS, which means we do things like multiplication or division before we do addition or subtraction. Okay, so first thing I'm going to start off with is these seals. So seal times seal minus seal equals 20. Okay, so I'm going to just start with, I'm just going to do S for seal rather than trying to draw it. S times S minus S equals 20. So I'm going to start with 1 times 1. So 1 times 1 is 1, minus 5, can't do it. 2 times 2, minus 2, so 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2 is 2. So we're going to have to get a bit bigger. So let's try 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so I'm going to start writing this. 3 times 3 is 9, minus 3 equals 6. So the seal can't equal 3. I'm going to cross that out. So let's try 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Take away 4, that equals 12. So the seal can't equal 4. So let's try 5. 5 times 5 equals 25. When we minus 5, it equals 20. Well, what do you know? If we look at that first equation, seal times seal minus seal equals 20. So the seal must be equal to the number 5. So I'm using the guess and check strategy here. So let's do the balls. Okay, so I'm going to make them, let's just say they're red ones. Okay, so ball plus ball divided by ball equals 16. Now, because we're using PEMDAS or BIMDAS, whatever you've been taught, we have to start with this equation first, which is ball divided by ball, before we add it. Now we know any number divided by itself is 1. For example, 100 divided by 100 equals 1. 10 divided by 10 equals 1. 16 divided by 16 equals 1. So we know that ball plus 1 equals 16. Because no matter what the ball value is, it's always going to equal 1 when it's divided by itself. So this makes things a lot easier to work out. Ball, which I might just do some lines on the ball just so you don't think they're 0. So 16 minus 1 is 15. So the ball must equal 15. So let's just quickly test that out. Okay, so because we're using BIMDAS, we have to start from the division before we do addition, okay? 15 divided by 15, that equals 1. 15 plus 1 equals 16. So now we know the ball equals 15. Okay, now let's move on to the fish. So line 3. So we've got fish times fish times fish equals 64. Right, so we've got to figure out what this fish could possibly be. So I'm going to do fish, my terrible fish, times fish times fish equals 64. Okay, so we know it's going to be a slightly larger number for the fish because 1 times 1 times 1, that equals 1. So let's try 2. 2 times 2 times 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8, so that's not near 64 yet. So we know the fish can't be equal to 2. So let's try 3. 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So it's still not big enough. Let's try 4. 4. I'm just going to do that again. So we've got 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4. Now that's a bit of a big number to add up yourself. So what I do is I break it into 2 parts. So I do 10 times 4 plus 6 times 4. So 16 times 4. So 10 times 4 is 40. 6 times 4 is 24. 40 plus 24 is 64. So now we know that the fish is equal to the number 4. Just going to draw a fish here. So the fish is equal to 4. So now we've just got to do the final equation, which is seal plus ball plus fish equals what number? So the seal is 5, the ball is 15, and the fish is 4. So 5 plus 15 is 20, plus 4 is 24. So seal plus ball plus fish equals 24. That is your final answer. I hope that makes things a lot clearer for you. Have a good day.